Well, good morning, everyone. It is early and it is cold. It's about 40 degrees outside right now, and we're back here at the shop. Well, our next bean field's right here, right next to the shop, so it's kind of nice because it's close and whatever. Some light on me. It's about 40 degrees outside, which is cold. I got two jackets on. You might be thinking it's not that cold, but compared to our 80-degree days, it's a little chilly. But we got a good dew on this morning, so we're gonna keep cutting some beans. They look a lot different than in my last video. Hopefully I don't have any sound issues today, huh? Dad's got our tractors running, get them warmed up, but we got a combine here. We got two fields combined, and we had a bearing go out on the feeder house, of course. So the bearing holds in this. Well, you can't even see it, it's in the dark, but talk about a bolt, huh? Here. There's a coffee cup next to this bolt. That's a 2 1/4 inch socket to run that bolt. We had to go borrow one from the local mechanics, but we got that worked on, and Dad went and got a bolt, or went and got the bearing yesterday from Scotts Bluff, so should be able to get that put together. And come on, dog, let's go. Come on! Oh, probably got your tail. Well, as you guys can see, the beans look way different than the first video. They're starting to lose a lot of leaves. You can still see, like, there's a patch of leaves. But they're starting to lose a lot of leaves, so the problem is, as you get farther into the year, they'll lose their leaves and the bean will start to really dry down, and you need to have more of a dew to cut them because they will rattle more. But lately we haven't been getting much of a dew. We've just been able to cut in the mornings when it's really cold because it's tougher, but there's not a legitimate dew. But this morning when I checked the windrows, there was a legitimate dew, which is good. That's good. Maybe we can actually get some beans cut. Can you tell there's lots of little rocks in this field? All banging and clanging across the cutter. So, I know you guys couldn't hear my last video, but it was dead quiet. You could not hear the beans at all. So even now, even this morning, with a legitimate dew, a heavy dew, just because there's no leaves on the beans, they still rattle. But there's a different rattling sound when the beans are dry. If that makes any sense. I highly doubt it does. I won't talk too much with it being dark because I know you can't see me or anything, but being down here on this side of the field where there's less rocks, you can hear it. It's a lot quieter now. Well, Dad and I are about to get half of this, well, half of a half. So a quarter of a circle done. I think today we got to get that combine put back together this morning. I don't think it'll be a big issue. pretty cut and dry, straightforward. But yeah, I think we want to get that combine put back together. We'll take it down to the Bard Ranch, is what we call it, and we'll try to get some beans combined. We haven't been able to combine a whole bunch yet. After you cut them like this, they usually have to sit for a week or more, depending on how green and how many leaves there were. So those first beans really have to sit there for a while to dry down. You want the bean, like the stems and everything, to be really dry and crispy. That way they just bust up in the combine. Otherwise they'll wrap up and it will just ball up the combine. So we're gonna try and get our combine finished up or fixed and down there, and we'll try to get a couple truckloads today. That's the going plan anyways. We all know plants don't last, but that's what we're gonna do. Last week we tried to push combine in some beans, and I ran the combine for a little while, but when the sun starts going down, the beans start getting tougher and we start picking up more dirt and whatever, and it was a little wet still, so I had a little issues. I'll enter that video here.
Look at that! Oh, fuck, yeah!
God damn. Well, that didn't take long.
No. Look at that water run.
So yeah, I'm sorry about the video quality on that, but I took it on Snapchat on my phone, so that's to be expected. So basically what happened there is that grain tank auger, it was about half full of beans and dirt, and it turned to mud. Well, by the morning, so the slip clutch kept going off of the grain tank elevator, or the grain tank auger. The slip clutch kept going off. We couldn't figure out why it was plugged, because the rotor was clean. There was nothing in the rotor. That's where it would usually plug. So we just had to wait till the morning, which it got dark anyway, so it was too late to combine. And so then it was like probably 11 o'clock that we went and looked at it. You could not turn that auger at all, obviously. That's why the slip clutch was going off. So we decided the best way to get that cleaned up would be to run some water down it with the garden hose and start breaking up that mud and dirt, trying to soften it up so we could actually run the auger, which is exactly what we did. We got the nurse trailer over there because it had some water in it, just in case anything caught on fire during silage. So we had about 500 gallons of water in there to try and clean some of that stuff up. And it worked. It worked really good. I cannot believe how fast a combine will unload water. Excuse me. Not saying that's good or bad, but I was pretty impressed, honestly. Hopefully you can hear me, but we finally got a couple of trucks loaded today. This is about 2 days later after the first part of this video. We ended up having a bearing out in the feeder house, and then the next day we figured out that we had a belt that blew up in the engine bay. It was actually just to the AC, but we had to get it fixed because it was wrapped up around all the other bearings and whatnot. So we finally got down here. We got a couple loads. It's about almost 7 o'clock. So these loads will go over straight away in the morning while Dad and I are cutting some more beans. But that's what we got to do. So I won't even be able to get to drive my truck. Dave and I just, as you've seen, Dave and I are just pulling into the bean place. Well, I'm actually leaving now. I just got unloaded. I had showed Dave where the bean place was. This is his first year working with us, so he hasn't been to this place yet, but we've got him on track. Dad should be combining by now. We didn't have a dew this morning to cut, so I think he got started probably about 10-ish. It was pretty dry today, so I should have another load ready to go when I get back to the field. Hopefully today we can get some beans combined. That'll be a good deal. But for now, we're just taking the truck out on a Thursday drive. Get some stuff done, right, Autumn? That's good, girl. She's the trucking dog, tractor dog, combine dog, irrigating dog. Anything under the sun. Just got back to the field. Here, I'll show you guys this truck. This is a guy that hauls for us through all of our stuff. Wheat, grain, wheat, corn, and beans. You can't haul beets, obviously, because he's just got a grain trailer, but it's a pretty good looking truck. Pretty good looking truck. I think when he retires, maybe I should just buy that truck, huh? Oh man, big dreams. Who knows? Probably won't ever happen. But I got back to the field. Dad's combining, if you can't tell by the giant dust storm. It's definitely dirty. We cut these beans a little wet. So there's quite a bit of dirt in there. But we're getting it cleaned out decent. You can tell this is from the rock trap in the combine. So yeah, these rocks were in the feeder house at one point. Gotta love Wheatland. We're too close to the mountains. We got lots of rocks. Truck did good. This truck needs one more dump and then it'll be ready to go. I was hoping I could just jump in and run, but we had some combine issues, so we're dealing with it. Yes, there is some uncut beans. That's because it's out here on the end gun of the sprinkler, and they didn't produce any beans, and there's a bunch of weeds in them down there, so no reason to cut them. We're gonna walk out here so we can get some video. Autumn? I think that's going to be it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was good, I think. We're going to go take the next truck. See you next time.